Nitai Gaura Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo. Jam Vishnu Pada Paramahanta Paripadakacharya Totra Sisamahita Mangalesi Asi Bhakti Pranta Swami Shira Prabhupada Ki Jai Nante Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai Namacharya Sri Dham Mayapur Ki Jai Prince Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Vaida Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vinda Ki Jai Shri Ganga Mai Ki Jai Jamuna Mai Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai Samaveda Bhakta Vinda Ki Jai. All glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to the assembled devotees, all glory to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 6, entitled Conversation between Narada and Vyasadeva, text 24. Mate mai nibandeyam nabi pande takakiti Vaja sarga nirodempi Smritis jamang anugraham Mate mai nibandeyam Nabi pande takakiti Praja sangha nirodempi Smritis jamang anugraham Mate mai nibandeyam Nabi pande takahiti Praja sarga nirodempi Muritis jamang anugrah. Mati intelligent, Mai devoted to me, Nibada engaged, Iyam this, Na never, Vipandeta separate, Kahiti, at any time, Praja, living beings, Sarga, at the time of creation, Nirode, also at the time of annihilation, Api, even, Smriti, remembrance, Cha, and Mat, mind, Anugraha, by the mercy of. Translation: intelligence engaged in my devotion cannot be swapped at any time, even at the time of creation, as well as at the time of annihilation. Your remembrance will continue by my mercy. Please repeat. Intelligence engaged in my devotion cannot be thwarted at any time, even at the time of creation, as well as at the time of annihilation. Your remembrance will continue by my mercy. Purport: devotional service rendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead never goes in vain. Since the Personality of Godhead is eternal, intelligence applied in his service or anything done in his relation is also permanent. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that such transcendental service rendered unto the Personality of Godhead accumulate birth after birth, and when the devotee is fully mature, the total service counted together makes him eligible to enter into the association of the Personality of Godhead. Since accumulation of God's service is never vanquished, but increased till fully mature. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanasharakayat Chakshum Manitanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hare Krishna. Today's class, first we will do the quick overview of this chapter. Then we will discuss some philosophical point of today's text and purport. Then we will speak some story related to the topic. So the overview, Vyasadeva asked Narada Muni, O great sage, time annihilates everything in due course. So how is that this subject matter, which happened prior to this day of Brahma, is still fresh in your memory, undisturbed by time? In other words, Vyasadeva is asking Narada Muni, what happened in the previous millennium, one day before day of Brahma, how you became devotee, and how do you remember what happened in the previous life? So Narada Muni is telling Vyasadeva how he was serving Bhaktivedanta, great devotee of the Lord, during a rainy season. And the sages was giving nice instruction about Krishna consciousness. Narada Muni, this time he was only 4 years old, but he was serving the Bhaktivedanta with sincere devotion, helping the mothers. Rainy season finished, the Bhaktivedanta left the house, and he was left with the mother. There was only mother and the son, and the mother was giving so much affection to the son, and he was totally dependent on the mother. One day the mother went to milk the cow in the evening, and a snake bit her leg, and she left the body. Usually the small child, this time he was already 5, would be so sad and disturbed when the mother, who is only dependent, left the body. but he was instructed by Bhaktivedanta, so he was fearless. He walked through the north, walked through many different towns and villages and forest full of ferocious animals. Then he came to beautiful lake. There he took some water and got refreshment. Then he decided to sit in the solitary place to meditate, as he was instructed by Bhaktivedanta. When he meditated on the heart, the lotus feet of the Lord immediately appeared in his heart. When the Lord appeared in his heart, all his senses are separately enlivened. That means his ear wants to hear him, his eyes want to see him, his body wants to touch him. All the bodies separately enlivened. And then suddenly he disappeared. So very high of ecstasy, he was thrown to the miserable situation of separation. In his grief and separation, he was trying so hard to do exactly how he did before, to get the darshan of the Lord again. But that was a mechanical method. That's why Krishna didn't appear. Krishna seeing this small boy in a lonely place, trying so hard, he became so compassionate and he spoke to the Lord, spoke to Narada Muni, the little boy. He said, I regret you will not see me in this life, but little service you perform will be forever. Those who are not pure will not be able to see me, but your feeling of separation will purify you from all material contamination. Then come to today's verse. Intelligent engaged in my devotional service cannot be thwarted at any time, even at the time of creation, as well as at the time of annihilation. Your remembrance will continue by my mercy. So we'll start today's text, divided to two. First part, intelligent engaged in my devotion cannot be thwarted at any time. The first word, intelligent. Intelligent could be usually, materially, discrimination, the ability to discriminate good and bad, matter and spirit. Sankhya Yoga is discriminating matter and spirit, and controller of both. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, Krishna speaks about Sankhya Yoga, like the nature of the soul, 919, Nantisastrani, and all that. And then he said, actually, Sankhya Yoga is non-different from Buddhi Yoga. Buddhi means intelligent. Because by cultivating Sankhya Yoga, which is analytic study of the matter and spirit, they come to the conclusion of that all the material and spiritual element, the source is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, Sankhya Yoga and Buddhi Yoga are same. And again, Krishna speaks about Buddhi Yoga when Arjuna said, I don't want to fight with Bhishma and Drona because they are superior. If they kill them, I will suffer the sinful reaction. For that argument, Krishna said, you have to fight without motivation, with the knowledge of me. That means work without expectation for the result is niskama karma. And with the knowledge of me means jnana yoga. So niskama karma yoga plus jnana yoga, no, niskama karma yoga plus jnana yoga is jnana yoga. Niskama karma yoga plus jnana yoga equal dhyana yoga. Dhyana, D-H-A, dhyana yoga. Dhyana yoga means Dhyana Yoga means devotional service. So that is second chapter. And later on, Krishna said about Dhyana Yoga in 10th chapter. Something wrong? Okay. So 10th chapter, it's become more clear how the Dhyana Yoga is Krishna consciousness. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajata puti pubhakan tadami buddhi yogantam yena mampayati. That's it, Dhyana Yoga. Someone is constantly thinking about me, constantly engaged in devotional service. I give the understanding by which they can come to me. That's it, Dhyana Yoga. So here, the Prabhupada translation, the first word is intelligent. That intelligent could be Sankhya Yoga, which leads to Bhakti Yoga or Dhyana Yoga. With that Dhyana Yoga, we can engage in devotional service. So in the purport, Prabhupada said about this intelligent, devotional service rendered to the personality of Godhead never goes in vain. Since the personality of Godhead is eternal, intelligent apply in his service or anything done in his relation is also permanent. That means he is identifying engaged, intelligent in his service or doing something, doing devotional service, a same meaning to this first word. I'm talking about first line of today's verse, mate, mai, mate. That's the first understanding. Then if you take this word mate in Sanskrit word, it came in a previous word, previous shloka also, in the second line. Jatamai duranda mati, that mati is also intelligent. So the first word today is also mati. And the same, the word mati, I'm not Sanskrit scholar, but the same word mati comes to another place in Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, Prahlad Maharaj speak. Matena Krishna paratos patobhai mitom vipandentam griham bhantanam adanta gopi visantam tamishran punam punam chambita chabananam. In this verse, Prahlad Maharaj is talking about materialistic people who are attached to the materialistic activity. They choose what is already true. Those kind of person, the inclination to Krishna will never be aroused, even by their own effort or by instruction of others and both. So in this verse, the first word is mater. Prabhupada translated as inclination. That means the first word translated intelligent could be inclination. Means could be intelligent in material intelligence as water, fire, material element intelligent, but can be engaged in devotional service of the Lord. It's become Buddhi Yoga. And inclination is doing something with a feeling, not just by using an intelligence in materialistic, mechanical way, but with devotion. And they have to become more natural inclination. That is the first word, or mate. Then, next line. Cannot be swallowed at any time. And Prabhupada said that this is explained in Bhagavad Gita. He doesn't say which text, but then I was thinking maybe he's talking about devotional service will never be lost. Neha Vikramana Soti Pattabayona Vidyate Sparapia Piasa Dharmasa Dayate Mahatobhayat. In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. A little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. This means whatever service we do, it will never be lost, and when it's come to the highest position, then we are mature to go back to Godhead, something like that. So that came yesterday's text also. We go on serving, we go on becoming the associate with the Lord. Whatever we do, it will never be lost. I was thinking yesterday, the day before yesterday, I was looking in the dress room, they are making the dress, Vasanta Panchami dress, yellow dress, as well as Gopurnima dress and Janmashtami dress. When they are making, they have so much feeling. Every time they put the beads, one bead or one sequence, I felt I was not doing, I was just looking, but when I was looking, I feel like every time they put one bead or one sequence, they increase their devotion and they come closer and closer to Krishna. One time, Mahamaya Mataji, she's Prabhupada's disciple, she was picking a flower. She was making garland for Prabhupada, and Prabhupada was looking from Lotus Building veranda. And Prabhupada commented to someone who is next to him, just see how she is picking flowers. Every flower she picked, she increased the devotion for Krishna. Every flower she picked, she come closer and closer to Krishna. It's so nice. The same thing, any service, someone distributing book, every book you distribute, you increase devotion for Krishna. If you are a cook, every time you cook one item, two items, every item you cook and offer to Krishna, you increase the devotion and come closer to Krishna. Every Hare Krishna Maha Mantra you chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Every word, every sound, every mantra you chant, every time you increase devotion for Krishna and you come closer to Krishna. I thought this is really nice, Prabhupada's comment. And then, next line, even at the time of creation, as well as at the time of annihilation, your remembrance will continue by my mercy. Here Krishna is speaking to Narada Muni in previous life. At the time of creation and annihilation, in Sanskrit, creation means sarga, annihilation means nirodha. This word must be familiar to some of you. In the Bhagavatam famous shloka, Atra sarga visargasya sthanam posana uttamam mambantare sanukata nirodha mukti ashraya. Means Srimad Bhagavatam, there are 10 topics of discussion. Start from sarga, creation, then visarga, sub-creation, sthanam, geography. Geography means planetary system. Then posana, protection by the Lord. Manvantaran, change of manu. Then nirodha, annihilation. Mukti, liberation. Then ashraya, means Swanborn, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Bhagavatam is such a vast literature. It deals with devotional service, but it deals with creation and annihilation. And then something happened long time ago, and not only in this world, but everywhere in the universe and beyond the universe. So now we go into the detail of sarga and visarga. Sarga and visarga can be taken in 3 different ways. One is creation and annihilation of the universe by Mahavishnu. Second, creation of annihilation of planetary system within the universe. Third, creation and annihilation of our material bodies. So Vyasadeva is asking Narada Muni, how is that you remember something happened in previous life? Usually, living entities forget when our body is finished and take another body. Even Arjuna asked, when Krishna said, I spoke this knowledge to the sun god Vivasvan, Arjuna said, how is that possible? Vivasvan, sun god, is superior to you by birth. how do you know that? How you can be sure that you spoke this the knowledge to the sun god? Then Krishna said, you don't remember, but I remember. You were also there. So even the great devotee like Arjuna, as long as they have body, they can't remember in a previous life. But Krishna remembers. Therefore, as a super soul accompanying Jiva, Krishna make us to be able to remember, even we cannot remember ourselves. Sarva sachaham hridisane visto mattam smritin jnana apohanancan vedasya sarvaha eva vedo vedanta krivedo vedo eva chaham. From me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I'm to be known. I'm the compiler of Vedas, I'm to be known throughout Vedas. So because we are conditioned, we forget, but Krishna remembers. Prabhupada said in the commentary, we can't even remember what we are doing exactly yesterday and the same time. Same time is actually easy because usually everyone has same time, what they do. But say, what dress Radha Mata was wearing today? You're super. What dress Panchatattva was wearing? Different colors? What color? Almost. Mahaprabhu yellow. Something like that. So, unless someone is so superly enhanced by the super soul, usually it's not so easy, even what you saw a few minutes ago. Bhagavatam class, I'm speaking for 1 hour. After you go out, probably you will not remember anything I said, so I can say whatever I want to say. And usually, even not me, but the great personality give class, Maharaj or some guru give, wow, that is such a nice class, what was it? And what did he say? Let me think what he said. It's like that. So we became devotees or connected to Krishna. We have some condition. We don't have very good remembrance. But Krishna said, by my mercy, you will remember something what happened in the previous life. And that is not just previous life, but after millennium, another day of Brahma. Day of Brahma is not like I wake up not next morning, but Brahma wake up next morning. That is 4,320 million years. Yeah, is Lord Brahma's day. After that long, Lord Brahma will go back to Garbhodaksha Vishnu at the end of his day. And when he goes back, Narada Muni, after this happened, he became old and he go back to Garbhodaksha Vishnu. And when he came out, along with Brahma and Atri and Marichis and all these great sages, then he became Narada Muni. So Vyasadeva is asking how that you remember something happened before the millennium. And Brahma lives 100 years, that is 311 trillion. $311 billion years. That is Brahma's day. So Krishna remembers. That's much more than what we can remember, and Krishna is super. Then last word, by my mercy. This happened all by my mercy. We cannot do, but Krishna as a super soul, he remembers, and he can make us remember. Yesterday, Guru Maharaj was giving class in Chaitanya Lila. Ramananda Roy is speaking to Mahaprabhu about Radha Krishnas. Then Guru Maharaj said, His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj said, we cannot understand Radha Krishna only if they are pleased, they reveal to us. That much we can understand. So the remembrance also, we cannot remember, but only if Krishna is pleased with us, by his sweet will, he can reveal to us. Only that much we'll be able to remember and we can understand. Now we are talking about at the time of death, how Narada Muni was so absorbed in the thought of Krishna, and because of his devotional service and because of his remembrance, Krishna made that he can remember after millennium of long period after the change of the body. So at the time of death, what happened to Narada Muni was just like illumination and lightning happened same time. That is generally called death. For us, for ordinary people, death is very frightening, so much pain and miseries. But for Narada Muni, just like a fresh lightning and illumination, then that was death. Then he got new body and went Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and came out as the son of Brahma. So what happened to us at the time of death, we should be able to inspire to be like Narada Muni. Do not become so fearful, but we should be able to be so welcome for death so that we can become closer to Krishna. Anta kalecha manevam smaram mukta kalevaran. At the time of death, anta kalecha, anta means end, kale means death. At the time of death, we should be able to remember. Yayam bhapi smaram bhavan tajante ante kalevaran. Whatever state we remember, that state we become, we will gain. So when the living entity, even we forget, Krishna remember, so Krishna will give us the body. Karmana naivadentrena jatu deho papattate. Karma, according to our activities, daivanetrena, Krishna's supreme will give us the body. I don't know if anybody remember Nirguna Prabhu, Srila Prabhupada's disciple, who left the body some years back in Mayapur. So he knew he was going to leave the body, and all the devotees knew. He came sometime before Janmashtami to Mayapur, and he came to the temple for Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja. Then after a few months, he was going to leave the body. He used to remember, do you remember, anybody remember Nirguna Prabhu? You were there? So he used to worship Govardhan Shila. So he wanted to hold his Govardhan Shila. He had so much pain on the leg. So when I went to see him there massaging the leg, he was feeling so much pain. When I was there, just like half an hour before he left the body. So the devotee massaging the leg, and he was holding a giriraj. Then I left, and I was just outside. And then they said that after I heard, they said that they heard a voice, take the stone and go. Take the stone and go. Then the devotee looked around, what happened? And he was gone, and the stone, giriraj he was holding was also gone. Anta kalecha man evan smalam muktba kalevaran. Whatever state he remembered. If he remembered, of course he remembers Krishna. He is holding giriraj. He was worshipping throughout the years. And he went to the spiritual world with giriraj holding, and giriraj was gone with him. That is the power of remembrance and the power of Krishna's mercy. So that is today's text and purport. Then, related to story, since we are talking about how Vyasadeva was asking Narada Muni, how did you become devotee? By the mercy of Bhaktivedanta, I would like to talk about another great devotees of our Sampradaya, Vaishnavacharya, Bhaktitirtha Maharaj. How, with the mercy of Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, he came to Krishna consciousness. It's such a wonderful story. He was a seeker. He was looking for spiritual guide. So he had a spiritual master before Prabhupada, and he was studying some spiritual topic, something like a Radha Yoga or Hatha Yoga from one teacher. But that teacher, he used to say, I'm not your guru. Your guru is somewhere else. But he was a really good teacher, and Bhaktivedanta Maharaj has very good relationship, and he never be cheated or he never be disappointed by that teacher. But then he will not give initiation. So he went somewhere else and he got initiation from someone who said he is a Jagat Guru. And then he went back to that teacher and he said, I got the initiation by this Jagat Guru. And that teacher said, he is not Jagat Guru, he is a Mayavadi. And then that teacher told what this Mayavadi means, what his personalism is. And he said to Bhaktivedanta Maharaj, do you really want to know who is real Jagat Guru? And then he was, because that way how he was asking very heavy, so he was hesitating. But at the same time he was curious. Then the teacher asked again, do you really want to know who is Jagat Guru? Then again he was hesitating, but again curious. Then third time he asked, do you really want to know who is real Jagat Guru? And he said, yes. Then he said, real Jagat Guru is Prabhupada in Hare Krishna movement. Then he got shocked. He was devastated because he had seen Hare Krishna people before twice, dancing on the street, wearing the bed sheet, putting some paint on the head, and wearing tennis shoes. He thought this cannot be true. But this teacher never cheated him before. So he thought, okay, I will try this out. And he went to Hare Krishna temple, listened to the devotee, attended Bhagavatam class, just try to find the fault in them. He wanted to prove that he was right and that teacher is speaking lie. But more he heard and studied the book, he became more and more convinced Krishna consciousness is absolute truth. Then he decided to stay. Of course, he see some devotees are very serious, some devotees are not. There are some problem also. But those who are seriously following Srila Prabhupada, they are very special. So he started render service with Satsvarupa Das Maharaj. Then after some time, he met that teacher again, after a few years. Then he asked a few questions to the teacher. What about this, what about that, and this and that? The teacher said, you found the real Guru, and you are asking me questions. You won't make me offender of Prabhupada? There are many teachers who came before Prabhupada, knew Prabhupada is coming. And those teachers who came before Prabhupada were supposed to help Prabhupada because they knew Prabhupada is coming. I was teaching you, I was training you just so that you can become a useful servant of Prabhupada. Now you go back to Prabhupada and never come here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Bhaktivedanta Maharaj ki jai. Sri Narada Muni ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jai Go Premanandi Hari Hari Bo. Is there any question or comment or correction?
I have a comment.
Yes.
That you're talking about intelligence engaged in my devotion service, eternal. Because I am eternal, then my intelligence is eternal.
Is there any mic? Vishwanatha, I just repeat for my TV. So Vishwanatha Chakrabarti Thakur said, Krishna said, because I am eternal, my intelligence is also eternal.
Because you worship me with your intelligence, and you also becomes eternal.
Because you are worshipping me with your intelligence, you also become eternal.
So that was a nice comment.
That's Vishwanatha Chakrabarti Thakur's comment. It's very nice commentary. Thank you. Another verse in Bhagavad Gita, if you worship Krishna, your contribution becomes absolute because the object of worship is absolute. Your contribution is also absolute. Something like that in Bhagavad Gita. Is there any? Brahman. Yes. So devotees and devotional service and the object of devotion is Krishna are all absolute platform because they are Brahman. So we are ready to go back to Godhead anytime. That's Prabhu who gave class a few days ago, went back to Godhead after the class. That's so wonderful. I was thinking, I have been very sick last week, so I thought, when I was asked Bhageshwari Mataji, who arranged Bhagavatam class for Mataji, she actually asked me 2 days ago, when I was extremely sick, my phone started ringing, and Bhageshwari's Mataji's face was on my phone. I thought, I'm not going to pick up this phone. I know she's going to ask me to give class. I didn't pick up the phone. And then after a few minutes, she called me again. I said, no, I'm not giving class. I don't want to answer this phone. Then after 1 hour, I remember about that Prabhu who left the body. I thought, maybe when I'm so sick, I give class, maybe I can go back to Godhead. That's so wonderful, Haribo. Then I send a message, yes, I will give class. I'm hoping something wonderful happened to me also. But then also Prabhupada said, when devotional credit accumulate, it becomes mature, then we can go back to Godhead. That Prabhu was so mature, he was ready to go back. He had a ticket to go back to Godhead. I don't have a ticket, and I don't even have a passport, so maybe not yet, but then I wish I can. So, yeah. But we should be always ready to go anytime. So it's a little earlier, but it's okay. Yes.
So in the day of Brahma, after destruction, Brahma goes back to Garbhodakashaya Vishnu?
Day
after
of
the
Brahma.
day of Brahma,
Yes.
every day.
Yes.
After, yeah?
Yes.
And all living entities and everybody?
Yes.
To the Garbhodakashaya Vishnu.
Yes.
And after his life, to the Mahavishnu.
If the Brahmas and those who are living in the Brahma Loka, they are fully Krishna consciousness. After the life of Brahma, they will go back to Godhead. If not, Mahavishnu. That's a controversial topic. So I heard if we discuss about the origin of the soul, we will fall down. So
No, but after every day?
after the day, I saw in the purport, that after the day of Brahma, they will go to Garbhodaksha Vishnu and stay there whole night. And in the morning, Brahma will come out along with all the sages and all the living entities. And Narada Muni, because he got spiritual body, he doesn't change the body. But all other living entities, according to the mentality they have at the time of destruction, means end of Brahma's day, they will come back with new body, new material body, which is suited to fulfill their past desire. Like that, which was mentioned. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Maybe I missed something. Is the understanding that if you leave your body after giving Bhagavatam class, you go back to Godhead? Or you were just saying in a funny way? I'm just trying to understand. If we leave our body after giving Bhagavatam class, we go back to Godhead. Is that the understanding, or you were just joking about it? Like, I'm just trying to understand.
I'm not joking. Of course, he's a great Vaishnava.
No, I'm not speaking about any particular devotee. I'm just saying.
Thank you. Okay, I try to clarify. The first point, because he was giving Bhagavatam class, a few verses after it comes Narada Muni, whenever he vibrates glorification of the Lord, because the topic of the Lord and the Lord himself are non-different. When he is speaking, Narada Muni is speaking, and as well as those who are giving Bhagavatam class, glorifying the Lord, because glorification of the Lord and the Lord are non-different. So Krishna is present there. So because his consciousness observant in Krishna and the non-differentiation of the topic, glorification of the Lord and the Lord himself are non-different, it's almost guaranteed to go back to Godhead, because Antakalecha Manevan, Smaramukta Kalevan, at the time of this, whatever thought he has, that state he will attain. And then another point I made was, because his devotional credit, I cannot understand, but Krishna knows, his devotional credit is accumulated every time he does something, maybe from previous life or this life, we never know, but it's accumulated, it's become mature. Then only Krishna knows, okay, this is time for you. So it doesn't happen to everyone and anybody. So he's very great fortunate to, also we are very fortunate to be able to see such an example. I have no intention of making joke or anything like that. With sincere feeling, I'm saying that such a great departure. I was thinking, if I'm going to die, it would be nice if I can die in Ganga or something like that. But during a Bhagavatam class is also nice. Sureshwara Prabhu. Someone may know Sureshwara Prabhu. He is Prabhupada's disciple. He said that if he has a choice, he wants to leave the body when he's dancing in the kirtan, when he jump high, and then in the continuation, jump high to the spiritual world. Something like that. I heard someone else, he was paying obeisance in the temple, and then Javan Vishnu Pada Paramahansa Prabhupada, and he didn't get up. Then someone asked, Prabhu, get up. But then he was already gone back to Godhead. That is also nice. And another devotee, Atmatat Prabhu's wife, Malini Mataji's brother, he was one of first initiated devotee of Sri Jayapataka Maharaj's disciple. He was singing Mangalarati Kirtan. He was leading Mangalarati Kirtan, and after, he was gone, back to Godhead. So that is all wonderful, We never know what will happen and how we can leave the body. Hope for best. At least if we are in a holy Dham, it's good chance. Yeah. Go back to Godhead ki jai. Daigo Premanande Hari Hari Bo.
And that devotee, he said there's nothing inauspicious about leaving your body in the Dham. And he was about to leave the Dham. He said he had the train to catch. So, he was fortunate like that. He was still in Mayapur, he didn't. So that, and anyway, there's no such thing as an inauspicious death, even suicide. So, we try to see the positive side of it and hope that they've all gone. They go back to Godhead. Why not?
Yes. By the mercy of Radha Madhava, Holy Dham, with the protection of Lord Nrsingadev, we make our life successful in this life. Thank you.